Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Enel is finally going to return now that the gods are being revealed in the One Piece manga. But this time, he's going to meet a true deity, Nika, the sun god, who lives inside Luffy. And today, I'm going to reveal their showdown. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, let's go back with me to the Endless Sky, chapters 239 to 300, when Luffy was still a 100 million berry pirate, shooting up the knock-up stream like a crazy rocket. Enel, with the Goro no Mi, thinks he's a god because he controls lightning, predicts the future with mantra, and flies around in a giant arc called Maxim that makes the Sunny look like a paper boat. In chapter 279, he hits Luffy with an L-Thor that would make Kizaru stand up and applaud. But Luffy, made of rubber, just laughs, "You're strong, but I'm immune." In chapter 297, Gear 5 was still a distant dream, but Luffy was already using the gold ball to bounce the lightning back and slam Enel into the ground with a Gomu no storm. The god falls, the arc explodes, and Enel flees to the moon in chapter 302, swearing revenge with that face of someone who just lost their divine Wi-Fi. Jump to the current manga, Egghead, chapters 1066 onward. Vegapunk dies in chapter 1114, but leaves behind a broadcast that the whole world hears. Joy Boy was the god of freedom Nika, who laughed while he fought. In chapter 1125, the Gorosei turn into yokai. Saturn goes down, and Luffy, in the Gear 5 from chapter 1044, turns the entire island into rubber, jumps on Kizaru like a trampoline, and laughs, while the Admiral of Light turns into confetti. And Enel, wherever he is, probably on the moon-building space robots like we saw on the cover of chapter 472, must have felt the tremor. His mantra is advanced observation haki, and Luffy's haki in Gear 5 is so insane it makes the sky crack. The blonde god is going to come back. Oda loves bringing characters back. Crocodile in Impel Down, Bellamy in Dressrosa, Buggy becoming a Yonko. Enel is the god who lost to Rubber. He wants a rematch. Imagine the return post. Elbaf, chapter 1. 1126 shows the giants carrying the Sunny to its next destination. Suddenly, the sky darkens, thunderclouds form a V of vengeance. The Maxim 2.0 descends, bigger, shinier, and golden, with moon robots flying around like Burka drones. Enel appears, hair longer, the scar from Luffy still burning on his forehead. "I am God. You've invaded my sky again." Luffy, straw hat shining, laughs, "Shishishi, you again? I already sent you to the moon once." Enel activates the Goro. Lightning falls like rain. But Luffy enters Gear 5. White hair, sun-shaped eyes, cartoon body. "Hey, Blondie, I'm Nika now, the real god." The battle erupts. Enel uses Amaru, turning into a giant lightning god. But Luffy stretches his arm like Taffy, grabs the lightning, and throws it back like a basketball. Gomu no thunder dunk. Enel's mantra predicts it, but Gear 5 ignores logic. Luffy turns the ground into rubber and ricochets the lightning at impossible angles. Enel tries the Rego, the thunderball that destroyed islands, but Luffy inflates like a balloon, swallows the Rego, and spits it back as a Gomu no Rego balloon. "Take your thunder, rubber flavored." Enel freaks out. "You can't be a god. I am the chosen one." Luffy laughs louder, and his advanced conqueror's haki from chapter 1044 makes Enel kneel. "Gods don't enslave, Blondie. Gods set people free." The crew watches. Zoro slices the moon robots with Enma. Sanji kicks with Ifrit Jambi. Robin uses Hana to hold the Maxim in place. Nami summons Zeus, who laughs at Enel's thunder. "My lightning tastes better." Usopp uses pop green vines to trap the drones. Enel, desperate, fires 200 million volts. But Luffy turns the voltage into confetti. Gomu no party thunder. The god falls. The Maxim explodes again, and Luffy reaches out his hand. "Wanna come with us? Is there meat on the moon?" Enel, defeated, laughs for the first time. "You're crazy, but free." The impact? The world reads the newspapers. Straw Hat defeats Lunar God. The Gorosei tremble because Nika has returned. Enel becomes an ally, brings moon tech, and helps reach Laugh Tale. Oda closes the loop. The god who lost to Rubber learns that freedom is greater than thunder. The theory that Enel will return to face Luffy in an epic future battle in One Piece makes a lot of sense when we look at the progression of the story. and the development of its central themes. The concept of divinity in One Piece is becoming more and more prominent, and Enel's return, a man who considers himself a god because of his lightning powers and distorted sense of superiority, could play a crucial role in the upcoming arcs, especially now that we're getting closer to understanding the mysteries of the gods and cosmic entities of the One Piece world. The connection between Enel and Luffy runs much deeper than most people assume, and their battle might not only be physical, but ideological as well. Enel, with his Goro Goro no Mi, has enormous power, controlling electricity and predicting the future through his mantra. He always saw himself as a deity, an unbeatable absolute figure, ruling Skypiea with an iron fist, believing his strength made him superior to humans and even to other gods. But reality proved otherwise. Luffy, with his unique rubber body and incredible durability, defeated Enel in an unexpected way, an event that clearly shook Enel's understanding of what it means to be a god. Their clash, although it ended with Enel's defeat, opened the door to bigger and deeper questions about power, freedom, and the true meaning of divinity. The introduction of Nika, the sun god, and the connection to Luffy's power is essential to understanding why Enel, a man who sees himself as the center of the universe, will want a rematch against the rubber pirate. The revelation of Luffy's power as the carrier of Nika's will is a turning point in One Piece. Nika, the god of freedom, is an entity that represents the pure essence of liberation and change. Through Gear 5, Luffy accesses Nika's power in a way that transcends the limits of any human or even any god, since Nika's power is a manifestation of freedom and unrestrained joy itself. When Luffy enters Gear 5, his form takes on a nearly celestial nature, his body becoming elastic and cartoonish, representing the fluidity and unpredictability of freedom. As much as Enel believed he was a god for controlling lightning and predicting the future, he never understood what divinity truly meant. The power of the Goro Goro no Mi made him believe he stood above mortals, but what he didn't understand is that real power doesn't come from dominating others. It comes from freeing them. And that is exactly what Luffy represents. A god of freedom who doesn't impose his will, but helps others break their chains. With the possibility of Enel returning now on the table, the idea of a battle between him and Luffy gains even more weight. After being defeated and blasted to the moon, Enel has likely grown obsessed with revenge. His distorted belief that he is the only true god, combined with the fact that Luffy not only defeated him, but also revealed a power that surpasses his, has probably left him furious and determined to reclaim his divine status. However, upon returning, he will have to face the truth. The real god is not him, but Nika, the god of freedom, who now lives through Luffy. When we picture Enel's return, the idea of an epic confrontation between the two becomes inevitable. Imagine a scene after the Elbaf arc, when the Straw Hat Pirates are sailing toward new destinations. Suddenly, a shadow threatens the sky and thunderclouds begin to form in a pattern that clearly announces Enel's vengeance. His Maxim 2.0 descends from the heavens, larger and more powerful than before, bringing with it a legion of lunar robots. Enel, now with longer hair and the scar left by Luffy, steps down from his ship wearing a furious expression. He declares with disdain, "I am God. You invaded my sky again." Luffy, with his usual carefree and irreverent attitude, answers with a laugh, "Shishishi, you again. I already sent you to the moon once." A clash between them would be inevitable. But this time, instead of a regular Luffy, we have Luffy in Gear 5, a true embodiment of Nika's power. He is no longer just the rubber pirate, but a living representation of a god who laughs while he fights. Enel's power, once seemingly unbeatable, would become irrelevant in the face of Gear 5's overwhelming force. Enel's Goro Goro power, capable of destroying anything with electricity and future sight, would have no effect on Luffy, who would turn the battlefield into a rubber playground, bending reality with his advanced Conqueror's Haki and Observation Haki. Enel would attempt devastating attacks, such as the Reigo, an electrical sphere capable of destroying an entire island. But Luffy, with his elasticity and Gear 5 abilities, could absorb and redirect these attacks in even more destructive ways. Luffy would defy Enel's logic entirely, ignoring his predictions and turning everything around him into rubber. The battle would not only be physical, but ideological. Enel, with his twisted belief that he is the chosen one, would try to convince Luffy that he is the only legitimate god. But Luffy, with Nika's power, would make it clear that the true divinity is the one that frees others, not the one that enslaves them. Faced with imminent defeat, Enel would be forced to question his own beliefs. The difference between the two gods would become unmistakable. Luffy represents true freedom, while Enel represents tyranny disguised as divinity. Luffy's victory over Enel would not only be a physical triumph, but also a lesson in freedom. When Enel is defeated once again, he would realize that his pursuit of revenge and power is hollow, and that the true essence of a god lies in giving others the freedom to be themselves. At that moment, Enel could even become an ally to the Straw Hats, bringing with him advanced lunar technology and a new perspective on what it means to be a god. His return after having been defeated could mark the closing of a full narrative cycle, transforming him from an arrogant tyrant into someone who finally understands the value of freedom. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.